Hello everyone, it's Epitome, and let's talk about Ark Raiders, an upcoming free-to-play third-person PvP BE extraction shooter made by Embark Studios. Yes, that's right, the same people who made the finals. The release date for Ark Raiders is still unknown, but it's coming to PS5, Xbox and PC and will be free to play. Last year, Embark decided to delay the release of Ark Raiders to prioritize launching the finals, their first-person shooter as their debut game. During this time, they announced that Ark Raiders team would be working on adding PvP to the game and to the existing foundations. So over the last year, the game has gone from being a PvE game to now more of a PvP style type of game. Let's talk more about the core gameplay of this game. Ark Raiders thrusts players into a dangerous yet visually stunning future Earth, filled with intense moments of survival and suspense. It's a battle versus machine and human versus human, whether you choose to work together or go solo. You'll also face the internal struggle of your own humanity, all set against the backdrop of a landscape littered with the haunting remnants of the past. If you've ever played the game The Cycle, you'll find it very similar. If you haven't, it's like Tarkov but in third person with robots. I always go into depth about what we know so far about the characters, so Embark Studios have only detailed 2 raiders so far, Celeste and Lance. So let's talk more about Celeste first. So the small description we've got here from Embark is that Celeste lost everything to the Ark, yet she still picked herself up, built a new home, forged a new family of diverse, skillful, resistant fighters. And that's us, the Raiders. Celeste knows she can count on us every time we drop from orbit, and it seems here that she's quite clumsy at restocking the inventories. So that is Celeste, that's the only small paragraph we've got. And then we've got this cool looking robot called Lance. Once you've watched Lance craft a better weapon from the scraps of defeated robots, there is no doubt he's one of us. As a resistance fighter, he has the same target on his back as any other Raiders defending our home from Ark. He can't hide the fact he's a droid, and we have to give him credit for trying to fit in. Even though his efforts often land him in strange territories, he still looks very glamorous and fashionable. This will make us remember Lance very well. So that was the very small description we got about the characters in the game. So now moving on to the enemy types and weapons. So let's start off with the only enemy type that we've been given, so that is the Rollerbot. This is a vicious ball of pain that has nothing in mind other than chasing raiders to death. Defeating these will reward players with crafting materials that can be used for crafting better weapons. Rollerbots are also known to travel in packs, so I'm guessing if you're playing with a group of friends, it's going to be a lot easier to kill these, and I'm guessing if you alert one, more of them will come. We've also been given information about 2 weapons, a howitzer, one of the weapons in the game. The official description implies that the players need to work together in order to make this one fire. You can see from the video screen here that it looks like a massive cannon and it probably fires out like rockets, and you probably need quite a few people to work on this. And then you can see that we've got a snap hook. Works as your standard grappling hook. You can use the snap hook to latch onto it, or latch onto smaller bots and see who wins the tug of war. Snap hooks are also a bit of a fashion craze right now, at least according to Lance. So I'm guessing what this means by Embark is that there's going to be different ways we can have cosmetics. Maybe we can get like a diamond snap hook, or maybe we can kind of change the way it looks. Let's talk about the art style and graphics of Ark Raiders. We already know that the game will run on Unreal Engine 5. Embark Studios is known for doing an exceptional job when it comes to attention to detail and creating a well-polished game. If you haven't played the finals, I highly recommend checking it out. The game feels very premium, and I expect the same level of quality when it comes to Ark Raiders. From the general aesthetics and the minimal branding we've seen from Ark Raiders, it's very retro 80s styles, which is very refreshing and it's a nice change. While some people are comparing this game to Helldivers, I recommend we don't. Despite the similarities in appearance, Ark Raiders is a completely different genre. This is an extraction shooter game, and that's not what Helldivers is, so it's best not to compare both of them. It's worth noting that Embark Studios was founded by former DICE employees who worked on Battlefield series and Star Wars Battlefront, so you may notice some similarities in that department. However, in terms of core gameplay, it will feel quite different from the games I've mentioned. But just from the trailer alone, the game looks absolutely beautiful. I can't wait to see more trailers this year. And on that note, Nexon recently held an earning call, and although we only received a small amount of new information, it's exciting news. They mentioned that we'll be getting more news about Ark Raiders soon, which will showcase the title to the market. Internally, they have a very high expectations for Ark Raiders and will make necessary preparations with Embark Studios to ensure the success of the title. This is great news for fans of Ark Raiders or Embark, so I believe we will either be given a beta to play this summer or a new trailer in the next few months. I can imagine Nexon or Embark are looking to publish the game around the Game Awards again, which will be huge, especially since the game will be on all platforms as an extraction shooter, which is really rare. I don't really know if there's any other extraction shooters that are on PlayStation and Xbox. Maybe leave a comment down below if there has been. I know that Marathon's going to be coming out in the next few years, which is from Bungie. But let me know in the comments section down below if I've missed an extraction shooter game that's on console. And that's all the information we have about Arc Raiders. I'll keep you updated if a beta is announced, or if there's just a trailer, I'll make a breakdown video. If you've enjoyed today's video, don't forget to leave a like and a comment and a cheeky sub. It does go a long way. I am still a small channel. Peace out.